Hey, it's Dave from Bullpen Cycles. And Bruno, he's looking out the window. Today, well, we are going back to the scene of the crime. But first, I gotta get some money. Oh, what a line. A line at the bank.
Hello.
Hi,
For you.
I'd like to withdraw $3,000.
Went back in the same way?
No,
Back in your checking account?
yeah.
Okay, just a second. All right, you're all set. Anything else?
No, thank you.
Have a good day.
Well, there were two bikes that were, well, they were mildly interesting at that auction. One was an Osa Phantom, and the other was a mystery Yamaha flat tracker. And boy, you know I'm a sucker for old race bikes, but I didn't bid on any of that stuff. I wasn't in town. And I did not know, I could not identify with any certainty what that Yamaha was. But I checked with the auctioneer. They don't know what it was, but I checked with the auctioneer after the sale, and both of those bikes are still available. They did not meet the minimum opening bid of $3,000. $3,000 is, well, if you buy that Osa Phantom, numbers matching, looks nice. It's probably original. I didn't look at it closely, but we'll try to get a better look at it. You're not going to go wrong there. But I've since identified that secret to Yamaha, and I'm going to buy it. So stay tuned. If you want to figure out what that is, it's a secret. But I'll share it with you. Well, we're here again. They're getting things cleaned out. Let's go check out our bike. Maybe we can see this Osa Phantom again. So here is a look at that Osa. I don't know, he must have had it hanging from the ceiling because there's cable wire on the top.
This?
Yeah,
Now, what do you got this there for?
like maybe he was gonna hang it from the ceiling.
That? Think that would hold it?
I don't know.
I wouldn't try it.
This is actually a pretty clean bike.
Yeah.
This was their motocrosser. Back it up and look at the other side. Lynch Cycles. Oh, okay, he doesn't have a drive chain on it.
Well, it saves gas that way.
Yeah. Okay, something's going on there. Bummer.
Something wrong with it?
It's not turning over the engine. Oh wait, there we got it.
Yeah. Gotta push hard enough.
All right, cool, I'll put it back. And I don't know why he decided to keep the one. Maybe one's a 250 and one's a bigger bore.
Somebody already bought that one. What it is.
Oh, that's what it is. They look the same.
It's a friend of his. That's what he told me anyway.
Yeah.
He's not gonna ride any bikes again.
All right, cool. Oh, look, the badges are not quite lined up. Oh, it's a sticker. work shocks on that one, and no shocks on this one. This one's missing the shocks. Oh, it has one shock. So at first I thought this was possibly a Star Racer frame, but then it would have had a star right here. And I'm wondering if maybe it is originally nickel and then spray painted. It's not a Champion frame, and it's not a Trackmaster frame. This is unique. I wonder if this was nickel plated and someone painted it. So what I was thinking, maybe Trackmaster, because here's a master cylinder mount. And there's a mount on the other side, which is lower, but of course, the pegs are different heights because you're always turning left. And these mounts through the frame are unique. Most of the other race bikes would have a tab. So it was a little hard to identify this bike. But I found a picture of it, this exact bike. And I actually found records for it. So let's get it back to the shop, and I'll tell you the Paul Harvey rest of the story. Well, here it is. And first off, I can't believe I got this bike. I did the preview on the auction. I didn't know what it was. And any one of you viewers, I thought certainly someone might figure out what it was and identify it, maybe even bid on it. And nobody did. And it turns out this bike is really rare. It's a real piece of history. There aren't many of these that were ever built. So what is it? It's a Shell Thuet. What? Yeah, Shell, that's what I said. Shell who? Shell Thuet. There's a very good memorial and several articles on Shell on VFT.org. But he was the man, the tuner behind Kenny Roberts. But that's not all. So he was working with Kenny Roberts. He was signed by Yamaha. He then went independent and built bikes for all of the big names. Now this one, we thought perhaps maybe it was Shell Thuet glass, and I was still trying to identify the frame. I was thinking maybe Powerdyne Gringo. Those front engine mounts is what threw me. And there's a number on here. It's back there, says 823. Well, these are the handwritten notes, or copies of the handwritten notes from Shell Thuet, from Shell Racing Specialties. And boy, there's some good names on here. Here's the ones from Yamaha. Here's Gary Nixon. Here's Cal Crothers. Here's Eddie Lawson. Here's Hank Scott. And here is 823. 1977, it was sold. Then it had a 360 Yamaha in it. Well, this is a 250, So obviously the engine blew up. They're interchangeable. So somebody put in a 250. But it 823 360 Yamaha sold to Robert Selvey, San Pedro. That's where this bike ended up when it was sold new. And somehow it ended up in Ocala, Florida. I have pictures from 2014 of this bike racing. It was raced by Billy Deckerts, who isn't around here anymore. We couldn't find him. Back then, it had a different pipe and different shocks. But basically the same bike, still with Billy's number on it. Let me read a bit from the Cycle News pronouncement when Shell passed away in 2011. He was 98. There's a whole story, but it says in the early 1970s, Thuet began tuning Yamaha twins for Keith Mashburn in the AMA Grand Nationals, and that led to Yamaha contracting Thuet to build its X650 based flat trackers during the 73 and 74 seasons. He sold his dealership to concentrate on the Yamaha racing effort. Young Kenny Roberts rode the Yamaha to victory in the AMA Grand National Championship in 73 and 74. Now, we go back to here. Let's get the early numbers. Yamaha Motors, Yamaha Motors, Yamaha Motors. 12, 14, 1973. Those are the bikes they were talking about. Two up-and-coming riders who rode under the Thuet Racing banner in the late 70s were Eddie Lawson and Wayne Rainey. Thuet's machines helped launch both young riders' racing careers. I can't believe this was under our very nose. Here's a copy of their brochure. But includes a retail price list effective January 1975. All right, these look like Shell racing frame kits. There's for a 360, $49.95. Tank, $48. And though it goes, you build your bike. And there it is. That's definitely the frame. Okay, so the numbers are not consecutive. They're different series. So I don't imagine there's a couple hundred bikes out there at all. And we got one right under our nose, in plain sight. How's that go? Hidden in plain sight. I'm still shaking my head. Anyway, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more.